My name is Adam, and I am with Fritzsche Homestead. Today is Friday, November 8th. This evening we're supposed to get down into the upper 20s, so it's going to be our first frost of the year. I went by Lowe's this morning and picked up some PVC pipe, as well as I got some rebar that was donated from a friend of mine. Thank you for that, I really appreciate it. I'll be making about 5 row covers. We'll put a row cover for these 2 boxes right here as closest to me. One for the center bed, as well as 2 row covers for the ones that are against the fence. Now we get started. I'll put the phone on time lapse because it's a whole lot easier to work when I have 2 hands. Alright, so I made my cuts for each bed. I cut 3 PVC pipes that are 7 feet long. Those are going to be the hoops, support hoops for the plastic sheeting that I'm going to put on top. I actually bought more PVC pipe than what I intended to buy, but I have more garden beds that I can use those PVC pipe if I choose to. I cut down the rebar. They're about 3 feet long, and I cut them down to 24 inches. We'll put a foot down in each bed so that the PVC pipe can go on top of it and have a anchor. I have to go out later today. I had to get clamps to put on the plastic sheeting to clamp them to the skeleton of the row covers. Probably going to buy some spray paint and spray paint the rebar so that I don't have rust going into my garden beds. After that, I have a hose right behind me that needs to be replaced. It's got a hole in it. I'm going to cut that up to about 3-inch sections and clamp that against the PVC pipe to hold down the sheeting, and then put a clamp on top of that hose to kind of secure it from any wind that may occur. Okay, so I am 2 pieces of rebar short somehow. I reached out to my friend again and told him the situation. Since I bought the additional PVC pipe, I'm going to go ahead and do 7 row covers instead of 5 like I originally planned on. He was gracious enough for me to come back by and get the additional rebar that I'll need to finish out the project. Good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, November 9th. Last night we had our first frost. It got down to about 29 degrees. At least that's what my phone said around 7 o'clock this morning. Luckily and thankfully, I was able to get the row covers up right as it was getting dark. I meant to record the process, but I had a lot of things to do. My phone was dying and it was getting dark, so I just want to explain what I did last night. So when I got home, I had those PVC pipes that I needed to place at the top of the row covers. I got them, can't really see them right now because it's plastic, but they're all at the very top of each hoop, connected with the U-bolt, and they have a cap on the end so that they're not going to pierce the plastic. I had to go back out to Lowe's to get some more plastic sheeting. I didn't have nowhere near as much as I thought I did. So now that I had to go out back out to Lowe's, I went ahead and got some high quality plastic sheeting. It's a little bit more expensive now, a little bit more than I was wanting to spend, but I figured if I'm already here and I'm already going to be in the process of setting up, might as well go do myself a favor and do it right. I have pretty decent coverage. The only issue is that it was getting dark and there's some tight spaces, especially against my neighbor's fence that I couldn't really reach that well. And it was getting cold, so I did as best as I could to just cover it up. Next week I have time off, so I will be working around the house. Got a couple of projects going on, obviously this one, and I also got one in the front yard that I'm working on. Last week sometime we had a pretty decent amount of rain come in, and there's a lot of runoff that comes from the road and down our driveway into our walkway, and I have a garden bed there, and I installed a drain there, but with the wood chips coming off the sides of the beds, they tend to cover up the drain cover and it clogs it up. I'm having to work this weekend, but since I'm off next week, I just want to go ahead and get this opened up and get it ready so I can start it first thing Monday morning. This is the area I'm talking about. All this right here was just wood piles. I just pushed them over, and this is the drain I was talking about. So those wood chips, they'll trickle down and cover that drain cover. I have a couple more drains that I bought a few years ago. They're just lying around, and as well as some corrugated pipe. So since I have it, and this is an issue, and it's not costing me anything to do this, I might as well just go ahead and do it so I can have it ready to go. I wanted to go back and talk about these row covers I created yesterday. And since I have these row covers set up, I have the idea that these are essentially greenhouses, small hoop houses, and they seem to be working pretty well. I just gotta make sure I'm not having any gaps. I am having a mouse problem right now. I noticed a mouse was running through the garden when I was cleaning up last night. So I'm going to take care of the mouse problem first. But once I do that, I'm thinking that I'll be able to start growing earlier next year. All right, so I have 4 mouse traps set. I'll come back and check them, pretty much every morning whenever I get home from work. Obviously every day next week since I'm off. And I checked the inside of the beds, and it's actually really, really warm. I would take the covers off today, but it's only going to be a high of 50. I'm not sure how hot it's going to be in these low tunnels or row covers. I should probably invest in a thermometer and try to monitor the temperatures, because these are supposed to be cold tolerant plants, and I don't want them to be stuck in an incubator. Even though it's 20 degrees outside, I don't want to be 80 degrees inside the garden beds and then not be able to grow. It did make me feel better, or more at ease, because I was concerned with how late I was able to actually finish and how cool the temperature was dropping, or how fast the temperature was dropping, and how cool it was when I got finished last night. After sticking my hand in, it's really warm in there. It's like a sauna almost. We'll see what goes on in the next few weeks. But for now, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, as well as hit the like button. And if you would, leave a comment down below about any thoughts or concerns that you may have. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.